everyone, I am Stevania and now I will explain about modernism in English literature. Let's get into the explanation. Modernism is a literary movement that appeared in the early 20th century as a response to rapid social, cultural, and historical changes. It focuses on the complexity of human consciousness and the fragmented experience of modern life. You will see that modernist writers try to experiment with new techniques and question traditional forms, making literature more introspective and reflective. Okay, let's start with the background. Modernism developed during a period of major transformation, especially after World War I. Industrialization, urbanization, and scientific discoveries changed the way people live and thought. People were no longer fully confident in traditional values or progress. According to Peter Berry, these social and historical changes encouraged writers to break away from conventional literary form because they no longer reflected the reality of modern life. It's interesting, isn't it, how a war and rapid modernization could influence not only politics and economy, but also the way writers think and write. Next, society in the modernist period. Now let's look at society during modernism. People experience a breakdown of traditional values. Religion, morality, and social order were questioned. Although cities become more connected and modernized, many individuals felt enlightened and isolated. Writers use literature to explore these feelings of uncertainty, loneliness, and disillusionment. It almost like literature became a mirror for the emotional state of society. Next, major writers of modernism. Who represented modernism? There were many, but some major figures include Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, T.S. Eliot, and Ezra Pound. Virginia Woolf explored the inner thoughts and everyday experiences of her characters. T.S. Eliot captured spiritual emptiness and cultural fragmentation, especially after the war. James Joyce experimented with language and narrative form to show human consciousness. Ezra Pound encouraged literary innovation and breaking old rules. These writers didn't just write stories, they tried to capture the psychology and emotion of modern individuals. Next, the focus of modernism. The main focus of modernist literature is the inner life of human beings. Writers emphasize thoughts, memories, and emotion rather than chronological plots. A famous technique is stream of consciousness, where the character's thoughts are presented as they occur in real time. Because of this, modernist work often feel fragmented and subjective, reflecting the complexity of modern life. Next, themes in modernist literature. Modernist literature explores themes that reflect modern society. The first, alienation. Alienation is character feel isolated from others and society. The second, identity. Identity is the struggle to understand oneself in a changing world. The third, disillusionment. Disillusionment is realizing that modern life is uncertain and often meaningless. The fourth, fragmentation. Fragmentation is both in structure and in ideas, mirroring psychological conflict. These themes make modernist literature challenging but also deeply expressive of human experience. Next, character agency. In modernist works, characters usually have limited agency. They are often passive, trapped in their own thoughts, memories, and emotions. Conflicts are mostly psychological rather than physical, showing how individuals feel powerless under social and emotional pressures. Next, tone of modernist works. The tone is generally pessimistic, reflective, and uncertain. Writers express doubt about truth, morality, and the future, reflecting the emotional atmosphere of their time. So, if you read modernist text and feel a bit confused or uncertain, that's actually intentional. It mirrors how people experience life back then. In conclusion, modernism in English literature was a response to the crisis of modern life. It rejected traditional forms, focused on the complexity of the human mind, and experimented with style and narrative. Through themes, structure, and tone, modernist works reflect the struggles of individuals in a rapidly changing society. That is all my explanation. Thank you for your attention.